everybody. My name is Chris Wood. I'm here in Napanee, Ontario for a couple more hours. I am currently homeless in Kingston. I am a almost 5 year revenge retaliation, full physical identity theft victim, injured, torture, skull deformed, medical blacklist, treatment refusals, discriminations, file falsifications, kidnapping, sodomy, sex assaults, stalking, skull splitting, brain injuring, because I spoke police crimes, human trafficking, human sex trade, slavery trafficking. As a result, I became a target. My mother was stalked and murdered. My dogs were also killed. Ontario Provincial Police, who are human trafficking, human sex trade, slavery trafficking, and guilty of murders. Ex-OPP chief, year 2019, drove a white Jeep Wrangler, had me shot by something that went into my right ear. In August of 2019, before he left Napanee, he drove a white Jeep Wrangler once again. It was on the corner of Center and Bridge Street. Him and somebody in a black truck went by at the lights. They stopped. They pulled up. I was at my previous address. They pointed something, shot it, and it went into my right ear. I started having problems. I went to the hospital. Next thing you know, I get CAT scans done, and I was told I needed medication and file falsifications, medical treatment refusals, discriminations, ones that are human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, also mental health worker. Her name is Stacy, blonde hair. She was Napanee Daily Tea Company. Now Kingston left to further distance herself from the crimes in hopes of deniability. There is a Shelley Hafner. Hafner had me kidnapped May 27, 2021. Staff Sergeant, years 2019, 2021. Kidnapping and sodomy sex assault. Spencer Mills, 14716. Robert Kane, 7224, who is drug cop. Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Shannon Cork are all very seriously dangerous Ontario Provincial Police mental health workers. They have a justice of the peace who is involved also making accusations and obstructing and preventing arrest because it was on herself for crimes, cops, and doctors who are accessories and co-committing and guilty of criminal negligence with the intent to commit and cover up. Ones that are guilty of murders and attempted murders, drug trafficking, identity thefts, financial thefts and frauds, stalking, and murder in Kingston, Ontario, and in Napanee, Ontario, for and with OPP, and they cannot be touched or arrested without $22,000. This is Jason Van Alstyne. He is a drug trafficker, drug lacer between the hub and Kingston fentanyl to cause murders. He was also involved with the death of a guy named Jack Clark in Napanee in 2021. This is another picture of him. That's another picture of him. He's a stroke victim, but he's very seriously dangerous. He's a crack-fed, crackhead, piece of shit lowlife. He needs to be found. He needs to be arrested. Along with one Dale Hartwick, who is guilty in aiding OPP now as a rat informant with the forum for drop charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife's boyfriend. This is Blair Frederick Hardy, guilty of rapes, financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, stalking. He was also involved with a guy named Bill Woldridge of murdering my mother, causing her death, December 20th, 2020. He is financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds. He used to drive a Mercedes here in Napanee. He's highly delusional. He is highly psychotic. He was stalking me at a place called the Morning Star Mission. Is where it first started out. He is a meth dealer, alleged boyfriend to OPP cop Spencer Mills. The one known as Bill Woldridge, who has many aliases, who is a wanted Harvard inmate, sex offender, child predator for the ex-OPP chief, the one that had me shot for sex slavery trafficking. You speak police crimes and you and your family and your entire bloodline will be murdered, because that's exactly what has taken place here with me. The longer this goes on, the more time is bought, the more changes happen to me, the more I am mentally fucked up. I have what is called hypoxia, radar hypoxia, on a daily basis. I have not had any feeling or stimulation on the right side of my head in almost 2+ years, and not being able to do anything about it, while being blamed for what has taken place with me, my skull splitting, obviously identity changes that have happened to me with proof, not being able to do anything about it because it's through Ontario Provincial Police, Lennox and Addington, the hospital, even the CEO and patient relations are involved in co-committing and covering up with intent. I'm not going to say which one, but I went to hospitals. All I would get is I seen your file, treatment refusals or not being taken serious. No neurological problems. I had not been to a hospital or a doctor in almost 7 to 10 years prior to being shot by ex-OPP chief or commander before he left. And then I started speaking police crimes. I got shot, and next thing you know, I start having problems where I have to go to the hospital all the time. And as a result, I was charged for harassment and for naming names of criminal doctors who are involved with treatment refusals, and a lot of other laughing in my face over being sex assaulted, thinking it's a big joke, and then turning around and trying to have me committed for it. So, Jason Van Alstyne, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, Blair Hardy, the one that I just showed, a guy named Tyler Lake, who is Robert Kane, drug cop, meth fed, little piece of shit, approximately 25 years old. There is also a Ray LeBlanc and a Robert Berry, who is alleged jail guard in Ottawa. They're human traffickers, sex slavery traffickers, and killers for the cops' revenge. I'm being turned into a fucking vegetable. I'm having a hard time thinking. The whole right side of my head is completely gone. It feels dead. My skull and my face goes through changes on a daily basis, which I've shown and proven. And being called a self-harmer, being called suicidal, I've been trying to save my life. I certainly ain't no self-harmer. I'm not changing myself or doing this to myself. Being called a delusional, hallucinating retard through hospitals and doctors for proving crimes against me. Bill Woldridge, the one known as Bill Woldridge of 149 Center Street North, he needs to be arrested, found, along with Jay Gimpy, Two-Step Van Alstyne, Hartwick, Hearns, Lake. They all need to be arrested. And possible, my dad needs to be exhumed to prove DNA between all of us because of the crimes that have been taking place with me over the past 4, almost 5 years because of this. One way or another, OPP, it is not going to solve anything. But at this point, you owe me a minimum $150 million. You're buying time sitting on your asses so you can fuck me more because you put illegal prisoner tracking into me. No prior criminal record or history to be in charge through the hospital. This was done in an attempt to try to criminalize me. This was done in an attempt to try to fuck me over. This was done to get my pictures, prints, signatures, and everything else you needed for this identity theft. And I will not be proven wrong, along with when I was kidnapped, having my blood and piss stolen from me, forced from me. So it's not above or below you. Be safe, everybody. I got to get off of here. My name is Chris Wood. OPP Spencer Mills 14716, Robert Kane 7224, Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Shannon Cork, Robert Barry, Stacy, mental health worker, staff sergeants, and Shelley Huffner. No threat, but one way or another, you are going to answer for your crimes along with the justice of the peace and doctors who are involved. Human rights violations, legal violations, medical violations, they've all been taken from me. Public beware. Nothing can be done about this, and damages are done, and I am the end of my bloodline. So I hope you're happy with what you've done, what you've accomplished and got away with low-life pieces of shit fucking junkies. OPP are the ones causing homelessness to traffic, frame, and murder their victims' families, or murder the missing natives. I would seriously check Ontario Provincial Police because they are involved with these crimes, and they are causing full identity thefts to sex slave traffic. I've proven what has been done to me many times. Be safe, love all, hate none. Hit the like, share, subscribe, and especially share because this is important. People need to see this.